I'm going to be uploading a lot of information on this channel to help iridologists and sclerologists become better practitioners. But since I do teach class, I left a few things back, a few perks for my students, and this is one of them. It is a website. I'm going to be adding to the website on a regular basis, but let me take it for a spin here, test drive. On top of every page is the buttons, so you don't have to worry about going back and stuff like that. The buttons are on every page. There's one here, looks like a clipboard. You click on that, and that takes you to a page that has forms like how to take pictures of eyes, disclaimers, client forms, things like that you can print out. Underneath it is the word charts, and you click on the chart, and it will take you to an iridology chart and a sclerology chart that I drew. There are much better ones. These ones are extremely basic, and so much has been discovered since I made these charts. So I encourage you to buy better charts, but for the class and for starting out, these charts will get you going. After every class, I will ask you to take a short test or a quiz, just to make sure our ducks are in a row. So you click on that, and it will take you to the quiz. You fill it out, and then the next class, we will go over any misunderstandings. So this is kind of to see whether or not I'm teaching well, more so than how well you've gotten it. You scroll down, and you will see things that says Lesson 1, Lesson 2. If you click on those, they are archive recordings of classes that I teach. So if you are signing up for the class, you go, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it on a certain day, I'm getting married that day, or something like that, you won't be left behind. You'll be able to watch it from our website. Scroll down a little bit more, and there are handouts. So you click on this handout, which I did. Typically it downloads over here, and then you have to click on it. Just be forewarned. But this is a picture of all the slides of the PowerPoint presentation that we will be going over during class. I do this so that you can print it out, and most of the pictures are here, although I do tweak the classes and the slides a little bit from class to class to improve them, but the vast majority will be here. And this way you can just write notes on here, and you don't have to worry about frantically taking information down. And it's quite a few pages long because we have a lot of slides, and I use a lot of pictures of eyes. So this would be class 1. There are other things like charts. My chart here too, disclaimers, just different things. But right here where it says chart to submit case studies, my students, to be able to take the test for IIPA certification, will have to submit to me 10 case studies. And this is the form that you fill out. In another video, I will go over this very closely so you'll know what you're talking about. But you will do 10 of these and send it to me. Send me 10 pictures of eyes. It can either be on a thumb drive or in an email. But this is the form that you would fill out. Okay, so now let's explore these buttons. The first button, Anatomy of the Eye. We'll have drawings of how the quadrants of the eye are, pictures of labeling the various parts of the eye and their significance. But why I have this on here is for my students, because the handouts are so small, they can't see the fibers. And there could be mistakes. So I have it blown up really large so that you can know exactly what it is that we're talking about. Under collarette, it will have things about how large the collarette should be to be normal, what causes the muscle to go in and out as the collarette would follow it, the normal thickness to absent or obscure to thick and thin and wispy to thick and ropey, and so on, including double collarettes and the significance, square collarettes and the significance, angle of Futch, gateway arch. I have two pictures of the gateway arch, close-ups to try to explain to you that it's actually lifted up off of the iris. When you click on constitutional, you have nice large pictures that you can see how straight and closely knit the fiber should be. And then an average resilience, what would be considered average, to moderate, and then several examples of the connective tissue type, or the mildly resilient. If we click on lacuna, I put them in alphabetical order. I have a drawing of what it should look like. I have pictures of it. This is what it looks like, and I have it highlighted down here so that you can make sure that you don't make a mistake that this is actually the asparagus. Then I write into it on the right-hand side the significance of what asparagus lacuna would indicate. Cigar, collarette, crypts, and so on. So I have, like I said, the picture, the highlighted, and the drawing, and the significance for all the various types of lacuna. I also have it for the pigmentation, what it could indicate. I have a little bit of what I was taught in the olden days, as well as what has been updated. Why pigment might settle where it does. So I have it by colors: black, pigment in the iris, or pigment in the sclera. Typically, you don't see black pigment in the sclera. Blue, you don't see true blue coloration. I mean, you have blue eyes, but you don't see blue in the iris of the eye. So this is done for every color. Different colors that are found in the eye. Click on pupil tonus. We talk about what causes the pupil to change size. The relationship between the pupil to the rest of the iris and the pupil to the collarette is explored. Ellipsis is covered, the various diverging ellipsis. Then I have a chart that I do for pupil flattening. How if, let's say this is a left eye, so the nose would be over here. If there's a flattening here, it's a medial cervical flattening, temporal cervical flattening. What that indicates? It indicates a subluxation, which means that the nerves that come out from between the vertebrae could be pinched, giving less vibratory rate, less stimulation to various parts of the body. So if you have a temporal cervical flattening, you know that it could affect the ears, the mastoid, the shoulders, or the neck. Thoracic, temporal, would be the lungs, the heart, and so on. So it does all of it. And we go brown into the medial, thoracic, and so on. Click on sclerology, and you will see the very simple charts. Again, this is not for the professional, it's just for the person who's just learning, so it's not overwhelming. And I break sclerology down to basically 4 different signs: discolorations, deposits, traveling lines, and then the regular lines that people think about when they think about sclerology. So I click on here to go to the different colorations. You click on here to see examples of the deposits. Here's for traveling lines, and here's for blood vessels. We will click on the blood vessel to show you. So the position of the line means where it's at, and that's what you use the chart for. But the proximity, prominence, and shape you can help you prioritize. I tell you how I give various numbers to the various types of blood vessels. And then we go down to the shape, what they indicate. The stress lines, the meandering, the allergy net, and so forth. All the buttons are the same. When you click on terms, this is by far the largest part of this website. The terms are done in alphabetical order. It also tells you whether or not IIPA still uses this term. So I have some of the old terms, and I have some of the new terms, like absorption ring is no longer used by IIPA. Later on, it will tell you what it is now called. So here are the various things. I have, for instance, an asparagus lacuna. I have a picture of what the lacuna itself looks like, and I have it drawn. All these various words or names that are unique to people who do iridology. So it's really a lot of pictures, a lot of information. And they're all in individual rows so that you know what goes with what. They're separated. It goes on and on and on and on and on. About us, kind of boring. Contact us is how you can get a hold of me. My email, my phone number. My email is the best way to get a hold of me. So if you want to join our class, you're more than welcome to it. You click on here if you're on the website to take the test, to join the class. If you want to find out how you can get onto this website, you email me and I will tell you the steps of becoming a student. I take my mentoring very seriously, and I'm constantly trying to figure out ways that I can make it easier for my students to learn. I stand by my students. I will do consultations with them online as long as they need me, and go over any information that they need. Once you pay for the class, you are welcome to come back as many times as you want. I hope you check us out. See you in class.